What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer A Day with TK. It's a beautiful fall evening here in Findlay, Ohio, and Anderson and I are hanging out in the beer shed, getting ready to check out a new beer. What's going on, Anderson?
Oh, not so much. We just got back from a couple breweries, enjoying our evening.
We hit Outskirts Brewing in Lima, Ohio. Haven't been there in ages. They opened up as a brewery recently, but it used to be a place called Vino Bellissimo that we've been to multiple times. And it is kind of unique. If you're on Untappd, which a lot of us beer drinkers are, they have the only badge. If you look at the badge, you're always like drawn like artwork. This one is actually a photo of the owner on there. And it's the only Untappd badge that I've ever seen that actually has a photograph on it and not kind of artwork. So it was kind of a neat thing. So
you got lucky to get it.
Yeah, it was only there for a few days, and then he said that Untappd banned it. But I got lucky to get it. So, it's always cool to go back there and see what they're doing. Then we stopped at 1820 Brewworks in Coalville, Ohio. It had a few beers. It looked like they were having a little festival there. What was it called?
Pioneer Days.
Pioneer Days.
Like that.
Yeah, man. So we'd stopped and eaten first at the first place. And then went to the second one, and they had all the fair food. But we were too full to eat the fair food, so we just had a few beers. So now we're back here and going to check this bad boy out. This is Tynt Meadow English Trappist Ale. Now, you may have seen not too long ago in one of the videos we were talking about Spencer, Spencer Brewing, which was the Trappist monastery in the U.S. It was the only official Trappist monastery in the U.S. that brewed beer, and they're going out of business. So, we grabbed a few of those beers, and, they're really good. Now, what really surprised me, when I started doing the research there, I didn't realize that there were Trappist breweries outside of, Belgium. But it seems that there were some in Belgium, Netherlands. There was one in England, one in the U.S.
Isn't there one in Austria?
There was somewhere else. It might have been Austria was the other one. But this is the English one. I've never seen this before. And I happened to go to BG Beverage Center, and they had like a small box of them, maybe like this. I don't know, might have had 12 of them or something in total. And this one here was $7.99. I picked up two of them. I sent one to my man Pete, since he always sends me so many good beers. And I saved one for Anderson and I to be able to check out. Now, we have a little bit of a blurb on the back here. It says, with this beer, we have returned to a 19th century tradition of brewing in our Abbey. When our brethren arrived in 1835, they settled in a poor cottage on Tynt Meadow, now an extension of our monastic enclosure. This strong, dark ale re-ferments in the bottle. Store in cool, dark, quiet place. Pour gently at 9 degrees Celsius. Now, I don't have one of those cool thermometer things like Don has, but it's been in the fridge. It's still a little warm out here in the shed, so it's sweating a little bit like I think I am.
It is definitely sweating.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we get a nice breeze once in a while. Fall's like kind of right here, right? But still a bit warm. I was hyped to be able to find this. I talked to the guys in the shop, and I said, is this going to start showing up regularly? He's like, I don't think so. He said he took one home himself, so, was thrilled to be able to stumble across this. Now, when he did go on Untappd, it seems we did know a few people have had it, but they're all in Europe. Most recent one was Don from Don Drinks Beers and Walking with Don, so I'll throw his channels up here. Check those out. Don is a legend, and he had it in January of 22, and I think he said it had, what did he say, licorice and chocolate or something like that? Some licorice notes?
And treacle.
And treacle. So for Americans, we don't really know what treacle is. It's kind of like a sweet syrupy kind of stuff, right?
Right.
So, I don't know, man. I'm hoping that this is solid. You ready to give this a shot?
Well, there's a cool little thing on both Untappd and Beer Advocate about the brewery.
Read it.
It says, Trappist beers tend to be named after the place in which the monastery is situated. We've called ours Tynt Meadow to honor the link with the plot of land on which monastic life was refounded here in the Midlands almost 2 centuries ago. Being part of the great Trappist tradition, we've chosen to produce a strong, dark ale, but one with a clearly English character.
Yeah, and this said this is Mount St. Bernard Abbey, and it is Coalville, I think it was Leicestershire, England.
Sounds right.
Not Leicestershire, right? Leicestershire, England. This does pretty well ratings-wise. Untappd 3.64, Beer Advocate 4.07, 91 outstanding rating, 7.4% ABV, 38 IBUs. I'm fully aware that pouring this in jam jars is sacrilege and will probably get me stoned to death if I ever travel anywhere near this brewery.
It makes it easier for measuring.
Yeah, it does. We got the little marks on the side.
Now, did you pick this beer up to honor the Queen?
I didn't. I actually picked it up like a week ago. And then the Queen did just pass away yesterday. Now, interesting side note, my father is actually British, well, from England. My family's Irish, but my dad was born and raised in England. And I lived there for a year as a kid. And we actually, when I was in school, I was probably about 6 years old, we had to go to the park. I believe it was Richmond Park in Richmond, like West London. And the Queen drove by in, I don't know, it was like probably like a Rolls Royce or something, a fancy car. And you saw the hand waving like this. I'm not even sure I knew who the Queen was then, because I think I lived in England for about a year. You come from America. I didn't really have much of a frame of reference for Queen Elizabeth, but I guess I kind of saw her once, so it is what it is.
Still cool.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's check this thing out. Got our Brew HQ SRM chart to check our colors.
There is a lot of floaters in there.
Well, I hope they're all in your bit.
No, I see them in yours too.
Color, it's kind of brownish. I think it said it was supposed to be reddish something on here. I think it's kind of like brownish red, maybe like
21, 20.
ruby brown, probably in this low 20s range on here, maybe 22, something like that. Head was kind of tan colored. Wasn't a whole heck of a lot of it, but it's sitting there. It looks okay.
Yeah, it's not dissipating.
No, it looks decent. Let's give it a sniff.
I'm not getting much.
Not getting a whole lot either. Maybe a little bit of a chocolatey smell, like a roasty kind of thing, but nothing too crazy going on.
Mine just smells like a mason jar. I'd probably get a better smell if you used the proper glass.
Or if we didn't have to go through this much air to get to it, right?
Right.
Yeah, it smells all right. I mean, it doesn't smell super boozy. 7.4%, so it's a little higher than normal, but nothing too crazy. Smell, I don't know.
I'm not getting much for a smell.
I'm not really picking up licorice on the nose or anything like that.
No,
I think it said dark chocolate licorice and some fruits on the nose, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not really picking it up a whole lot. It does have a date on here.
Does it?
Yeah. 19/01/24. Maybe that's like the Best Buy or something. 1901, so January 19th, 24, I guess is when they're saying this is Best Buy.
I would assume so.
As it's not 2024, so it couldn't have been in the date.
How many beers have you had?
Unless it's January 24, 2019, or does it say 2024? Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen anybody put the year first.
Either way, I picked it up about a week ago. And I don't think they've been in the shop long. Like I said, I think I went through, grabbed one, and then came back a few days later and grabbed the second one once I kind of realized what I'd stumbled across, and there wasn't going to be a lot of them. So pretty happy to get it. My dog is now creeping into the shed here. We gave her
my phone before she steals it.
We gave her a pig ear to satiate her, but she's now devoured it and wants Anderson's cell phone. All right, let's give it a shot, bro. Pinky out for the Queen. All right. Got some stuff going on here. Body, medium-ish. Taste, you got a number of things going on here.
Yeah, that's very complex.
There's a lot of flavors, and you feel at different times kind of like different things hitting. I think you definitely pick up some dark chocolate, like it said.
And the stone, like fruity fruits.
Yeah, it's kind of like those stone fruits, maybe like raisin, plum those kind of things.
Definitely.
Yeah, you pick that up for sure. You do get a bit of licorice, and I will say this: I absolutely despise black licorice. I cannot stand that flavor, like ouzo and those things. I absolutely hate it.
I'm not getting licorice.
Maybe a tiny bit on the back end, like the back of your throat almost, or whatever. You do pick up a little bit of like a peppery thing as well, which I do quite like.
Is it hitting the back of your throat?
This dude. This is a G-rated program today. We'll see what happens. There's a lot going on there, man.
That is very complex.
That's a complex beer. I think that this is really well made, to be brutally honest. See what else we got here. Strong ale brewed by the monks of Mount St. Bernard Abbey. Charnwood Forest. Even the label on it's pretty sweet looking, man. Looks like
it is a cool label.
Like roughly cut on there. Cool beer. Thrilled to be able to find this. A lot going on. Really complex flavors. Most of the beers that I have, a lot of times you read the label and they'll say 50 different things. And to be honest, sometimes they get lost. You really don't pick them up. With this, I think you're hitting what it says it's supposed to. You do pick up dark chocolate, licorice, you get the pepper, you get the stone fruits. I dig it. I think it's a decent beer. So, I mean, not surprising, right? It gets a 91 outstanding rating on Beer Advocate. But I dig it. So for me, Tynt Meadow, the monks at Mount St. Bernard Abbey, you did a really good job with this. And it's really cool for me to see the English doing, Trappist style beers. So for me, a big thumbs up.
Yeah, this is a very complex beer. I mean, I totally understand the rating. The 91 outstanding is delicious. I think this one would sneak up on you as well at 7.4%. I could easily drink a lot of this, although I don't know that my stomach would enjoy all the floaters.
Yeah, there's some natural fermentation stuff going on there, bro.
But I would definitely give this a thumbs up as well.
Yeah.
Definitely would drink another one if I saw it.
I'm thrilled to be able to check this out. I think what I'd like to do now is try to hunt down every Trappist brewery. I think that one right there, the Spencer ones are here. I think that Zundert one is one of the Trappist ones. That might be the Belgian. I mean, check it out. See if that's the Dutch Trappist one. Is it?
It is. Give it.
Nope, that's a Seattle, Washington. I'll go on this side here. What's it say here?
Well, the lighting's terrible.
Check
Brewed
this.
by something.
I want to get the Austrian one. That's one.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. So this is the Dutch one. The American ones are over there. I got to find the Austrian one. Will probably be the hardest one to find. But I'd like to check all of them just to have them all and have all the bottles like a nerd. And it has the the little Trappist symbol on there, so we know this is certified as part of the Trappist community. Awesome beer. Thrilled to be able to find it. Wish I picked up a few more. Like I said, $7.99 is the only reason I didn't get 3 or 4 of them. Price scares you away, but sometimes you must be bold and pay the price, and you'll get the money back later. You can always make more money. You can't always get great stuff like this. Hey, hopefully you liked the video. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you tried Tynt Meadow? Especially if you're in the U.S., let me know if you found this. I've never seen this on the shelves in America anywhere, so I was thrilled to be able to find it and share it with my homie Anderson. Hey, till next time.
Cheers.
Pinky out.